Hello children, the topic for class 8 today is kinds of quadrilaterals. Okay, in the previous class we had learned the the angle sum property of a quadrilateral was 360 degrees, right? Today we will see some types of quadrilaterals. The first type that we are going to see is a trapezium. Trapezium is a quadrilateral where one pair of sides are parallel. Okay, so we can have a trapezium like this, anything, even this way, whatever, A, B, C, D, where this side is parallel to this side. Okay, one pair of parallel sides is known as a trapezium. The next type of quadrilateral that we are going to see, the special type is kite. Now, a kite is a quadrilateral which has a pair of consecutive distinct sides which are equal. See, this is what I mean by what I said. See, supposing I have a figure A, B, C and D. What will happen is, these two sides will be equal and these two sides will be equal. Meaning, a pair of consecutive sides, consecutive means next sides which are equal, and they must be distinct from these two sides. These two sides also will be equal and they will be different from this. You understand? Then it is called a kite. Now this, supposing you take a figure like this. Now if this figure, say these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal, do you think it's a kite? No. First and foremost, it's not a quadrilateral. Another thing is, the consecutive side should be equal. Now this side and this side are not consecutive. Consecutive means near to each other. So in that case, this is not a kite. So the kite will be where a pair of equal consecutive sides. Okay, now the property of a kite is, the diagonals will be perpendicular to each other. Understand? Perpendicular means it will form 90 degrees of that. So that is the property of a trapezium and a kite. Have you understood trapezium? It has one pair of parallel sides, and a kite has a pair of consecutive equal sides. And in this kite, the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Understand? Now let us go to the next type of quadrilateral, which is a parallelogram. Now the parallelogram is a very interesting figure. Alright, okay. Now the parallelogram can be also short form, no? We can write parallel, two parallel lines and GL. Okay. Every time we have to write the big word means, so we can use a short form for that. Okay, now in the parallelogram we find that two pairs of sides are equal and parallel. Okay, so opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay, then we also find that opposite angles are equal. Okay, then another interesting property of a parallelogram is that the diagonals, okay, bisect each other. What's the meaning of bisect? Bisect means they divide into two equal halves. Understand? So let us draw a parallelogram based on these properties. That means they said two pairs of opposite sides which are equal. So these two are parallel as well as equal. Okay? And these two are parallel. This arrow represents parallel lines and these two are equal. So we have a parallelogram like this, where opposite sides are equal and parallel. In this figure, if you notice, you will see that this angle is equal to this angle, opposite angles are equal, and these two angles will be equal. So these are the properties of a parallelogram. Now, if you draw any parallelogram and see the diagonals, if you draw the diagonals also, you will see the diagonals are not going to be equal, but they will bisect each other. Just say the meeting point of this diagonal is O. They find that AO is equal to OC. What is that? AO equal to OC and BO equal to OD. Okay? So we find that the diagonals bisect each other. Are we okay with this? Now today I will give you some paper cutting activity which you can try to see the properties of a kite, trapezium and a parallelogram. Are we okay with this? Okay. Now there are some special parallelograms. That is something we should also know. Okay. So special parallelograms will be the first one. The first one will be a rhombus. Okay. Now a rhombus is also four-sided figure where all sides are equal and parallel. The opposite sides are parallel. So opposite sides are parallel but all sides are equal. So it's a special type of parallelogram. So opposite sides are equal and parallel is for a parallelogram. If we find that opposite sides are parallel and all sides are equal, it becomes a rhombus. Here also opposite angles will be equal. Okay. Then in the case of the diagonal, they will bisect each other because it's a parallelogram. Another property is the diagonals will bisect each other at 90 degrees. So all these angles will be 90 degrees. Are we okay with this? So this is a special type of parallelogram where all sides are equal. Now the next type of parallelogram is a rectangle. Special type of parallelogram, rectangle. Now in a rectangle, what happens is, here also opposite sides are equal and parallel and all angles are 90 degrees. Actually, the definition of a rectangle is a parallelogram with 190 degrees. Now, if one is 90, naturally this side also will be 90, right? And opposite angles will be equal. Then what will happen? These two will be equal also? No. So, it is possible only when all four angles are 90 degrees. So, then the next thing is diagonals will bisect each other here also. Okay. And here the diagonals are also equal. Okay, so that is something you should know. The next property is for a square. Now in case of a square, what happens is, it will be all sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel. So almost like a rhombus, okay? All sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel, as well as all angles are 90 degrees. Okay, all angles are 90 degrees. Here also diagonals are equal and they will bisect each other at 90 degrees. They will bisect each other at 90 degrees. Okay, so have you understood the properties of a parallelogram and the special types of parallelograms? Okay, let us have a recap. Parallelograms are figures, four-sided figures whose opposite sides are equal and parallel. Their opposite angles are also equal and the diagonals bisect each other. These three are the main important properties of a parallelogram. Now the special type of parallelograms, we have rhombus, where opposite sides are parallel but all sides are equal. Okay, and here also opposite angles are equal and the diagonals will bisect each other, but a special property is they will bisect each other at 90 degrees. Understand? Now, in a rectangle, that is the next special type of parallelogram. Here, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay, these two sides will be equal and these two sides will be equal and they will be parallel. But all angles will be equal to 90 degrees. Here also, diagonals will bisect each other, and a special property is the diagonals are equal. Are we okay with that? The same goes for a square. Now the square is a little more special than the rectangle, because here all four sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, yes, all angles are equal to 90 degrees, and the diagonals are equal, as well as they bisect each other at 90 degrees. So this has both the properties of the rhombus and the rectangle. Are we okay with this? Okay. Today your homework will be to recognize these parallelograms and trapeziums and kites, all the kinds of quadrilaterals, and learn their properties. I will give you a paper cutting activity. Please try that also, which will help you to learn the properties of these quadrilaterals. Stay home, stay safe. Have a nice day. Thank you, children.